Yeah.
What's the first thing people assume you do all day as a chief AI officer that is completely wrong?
Oh, yeah. So I think that most people expect that I'm spending all day getting to play with all the new AI tools that are coming out. And that could not be further from the truth. I am in a lot of meetings and trying to figure out strategy and doing some other things. And so my night job is actually playing with all the tools and trying to figure out what has actually advanced on an ongoing basis.
How would you explain Progress's AI strategy to a 12-year-old in one sentence? And you get bonus points for no jargon.
No jargon is hard, but I think the best metaphor that I could come up with is that is sort of video games, which is that throughout the course of the game, you sort of encounter these mega bosses, right? And that they are very difficult to sort of defeat. And I think what Progress really does is that we provide organizations sort of like a cheat code that allows them sort of infinite lives to try to continue to reinvent and reimagine what their business can do in the face of all of this disruption.
As organizations use more AI, what is one human skill that becomes more important, not less?
So the more that I use AI, the more that I realize that like taste and intuition and experience really matters in terms of differentiating the outputs that AI provides. And so if you just sort of use AI like everybody else uses AI, you're going to get the same answer that everybody else is getting. But to really sort of get differentiated value and responses, you really need to lean on that intuition and experience.
What is one AI myth you wish we could officially retire?
That AI is easy, right? So I think for much of 2025 and 2024, AI was sort of positioned as this easy button that you could just sort of press and things that would sort of magically work. That has clearly not been sort of, I think, most people's experience, in that, you still need all of the governance and policies and controls in the background in order to sort of make this work, and that, that there's still some complexity in terms of doing it well.
If you could ban one phrase from AI conversations in 2026, what would it be?
That somehow you should not be using or you can't leverage AI in your day-to-day job. I think that for many people, I would understand that if you tried AI in the last 6 to 9 months, that it was maybe not yet ready for prime time or that it was maybe a little bit rough around the edges. I think particularly in the last 3 months with the model developments, that there is absolutely a use case that you can be using AI, and that you need to start exploring to sort of figure out what that use case is for you.
And 5 years' time from now, what will people be surprised we ever did manually?
Yeah, so I think the good news on this is that we don't have to wait 5 years. And so I don't think that there is anybody anywhere that loves putting together PowerPoint presentations or trying to figure out how to use like Excel. And so I think people will be very excited to know, and maybe they haven't actually experienced this yet, that problem has largely been solved and that we can create fantastic PowerPoints from sort of our content in the Progress format or in whatever template that you need, and that the skills around sort of processing Excel have also improved dramatically so we all never have to worry about pivot tables again, which is delightful.
Okay, one final bonus round. If AI had a user manual for humans, what would the first line say?
And this question, I think, is really kind of funny because it sort of makes me think about the movies Gremlins. And the only two things that I can remember is that you can't get them wet and you can't feed them after midnight, and they turn into sort of these horrible creatures. And I think for humans, you need to keep us well fed so that we're not, get hangry, and that we also need, I think, our sleep in order to sort of function as best as we can. And of course, I think we like to be surrounded by family and friends. So.